say I am very pro self-directed healthcare. This is why I'm, a big part of my initiative with the podcast is get people getting sunlight in their eyes in the evening, get some sunlight in your eyes in the morning, sunlight in your eyes in the morning, hydrate, exercise, get on a normal circadian rhythm. One of the most important things for mental health is bright mornings and days, dark nights.
And how do you get on that circadian rhythm, man? That's something that I've struggled with. I think my circadian rhythm is, I'm going to turn into a cicada.
Well, we got to get you some of the red lens glasses. I'm not doing a promotional here, but getting the screens dim or wearing red lens glasses in the evening to block the blue and green lights.
But how to even set up a circadian rhythm?
Well, bright light in the morning. If you wake up and the sun's out, get outside, take that brimmed hat off, take the sunglasses off, look in the direction of the sun. You don't have to force yourself to get 5 to 15 minutes of sunlight. Drink your coffee, get some exercise, maybe even do like 100 jumping jacks, get your system going. Very simple way to put this is early in the day, you want movement, caffeine, hydration, sunlight. If you can't get sunlight, you get bright light from like an artificial light. You can get a 10,000 lux light on Amazon for like $100. I have no relationship to any of those companies. Get your morning kind of going. It's hard to be Jocko Willink. It's hard, but you got to kind of force a little bit of that on yourself. And then in the afternoon, taper off the caffeine, dim the screens, lower your heart rate, do some long exhale breathing, just take it down a notch. And over about 3 days of doing that, what you'll find is I start to wake up in anticipation of the day. You have this circadian rhythm that learns, well, I'm going to be active in a few hours, and you start waking up in the morning at a particular time. That whole phenomenon, you set your clock for 7 a.m. and you wake up at 6:59, your brain is clocking time.
So does that mean you need to go to bed at like 8 p.m. for a week to get your circadian rhythm set, or what's the truth there?
Everyone's slightly different chronotypes. So I do best, for instance, I know if I had total control, going to bed sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. and I wake up around 6 a.m. Okay, yes, I can go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4, but I can't stick to that schedule very long. My system just genetically is not wired for it. Some people are real night owls. They do best going to sleep at 2 a.m. and waking up at 10. They just feel better. Try a couple different schedules for at least 3 days. And then wherever you feel kind of most yourself, kind of like, for me, going to bed by 10:30 and waking up by 6 is kind of a natural antidepressant. When I sleep in and go to bed late, I start feeling off. Then I start abusing caffeine because I love caffeine. Love caffeine. Oh, yeah. And I'm a big fan of caffeine.
I like it, baby.
But then I start abusing it. I start taking too much, and then, and then it, potentially can drift into other stimulants.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're a mess. So, but, some people do really well going to bed at 8:30 and waking up at 4 a.m. But look, the world is not really wired for that. If you're going to have any kind of social life.
Like Mark Wahlberg or something, he's always has things like, I wake up at 3.
Well, him and Ari Emanuel from WME, those guys are like the 4 a.m. club. They're like texting each other and like up. I get texts from Ari every once in a while. He's like, man, up early. He's hyperbaric chamber, but he's got like 12 cylinders. That guy is like, go. And listen, some people need more sleep than others. I do great on 6 or 6.5. When I sleep 8, I actually feel more groggy.
Ooh.
So if you get your schedule right, you don't need quite as much sleep. But before I came out here today, I did a half hour, what I call, it used to be called Yoga Nidra. It's non-sleep deep rest, NSDR. You just do long exhale breathing. You listen to a script, you relax your body. The data show you come out of that with your dopamine levels 60% higher than you went into it. It replenishes your vigor.
Yoga Nidra?
Yeah, well, Yoga Nidra or NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. And these are zero cost tools, right?
Got it.
So
how many milligrams of caffeine are you taking a day? Are you usually taking a day?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, a normal cup of coffee would be about 200 milligrams of strong coffee. I consume about 800 milligrams of caffeine a day. I drink, I'm half Argentine, so I drink yerba mate.
Oh, yeah.
Cold brew, zero sugar yerba mate, or I drink yerba mate out the gourd. If you're gonna drink yerba mate, don't get the sugary kind. Nope, get the loose leaf. No, I have a yerba mate brand. It's not that one. So
homie.
Ours is Matina, which is, I'm not gonna do a promotional here, but the point here is that if you like energy drinks, you like yerba mate, you like coffee, I'm like, more power to you.
So there's 200 in a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's in one of these?
What's
200 milligrams. So there was actually a study just published on taurine that everyone's worried about, but that study was in vitro. I need to see a lot of data. There's a lot of data actually that taurine is beneficial for the heart, and it has kind of an anti-aging thing. It's in a lot of energy drinks, including
it's like a lysine and a taurine.
I love caffeine. I mean, man, caffeine and nicotine. Right now I'm kind of easing back on it. The delivery mechanism matters. You don't want to smoke, vape, dip or snuff, you get cancer. People go, oh, well, vaping's not bad. Popcorn lung is real. People hate me for saying this. Vaping is bad. Not as bad as smoking. Vaping ain't good for you.
And what flavor is the worst flavor? Any flavor?
It's all bad for you, man. But the gums and the pouches, provided it's a low dose, it's very habit forming, but 3 to 6 milligrams or something on occasion. This is the problem. People go to, pretty soon they're doing a whole canister a day.
Oh yeah.
But
I got a buddy got a fucking mouthful of my buddy, like damn Cotton Eye Joe over there.
Nicotine's a very interesting drug because it's a stimulant, but it relaxes you too. But it does cause vasoconstriction. And that's not good for all the stuff we were talking about earlier.
No.
You want blood flow to the brain and to your extremities,